All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you are in this beautiful world. Welcome to our Inner Circle Live pre-New York session. I'm your host, Ryan Carthage, joined by my awesome partner, Mr. Benny Allen. Hope everybody is doing well today, this beautiful Tuesday. I apologize for the delay. Had some updates on my computer and had some changes happening. So, anywho, as always, let's turn off all distractions, grab a pen and paper, let's take lots of notes, and let's make sure that we participate and engage. All right. Got some updates that we gotta check in on. Then we'll dive into the charts, take a look at some of the setups out of the weekend, and see if we have anything new happening this week. So it looks like everybody can hear me okay. So let's get to it. Benny, good morning, bro.
Good morning, Ryan. Good morning, everybody. Ryan, how are you, sir?
I am doing well, man. How about yourself?
Doing great, man. Always glad to be here, ready to rock and roll.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man. So let's get to it. Let me get over here to trading economics. One second. Right this way. One second, everybody. All right, there we go. Cool. So top news, Moody's cuts China's credit outlook to negative. Moody's rated credit agency affirmed China's credit rating at A1, but revises outlook to negative from stable. The agency cited amplified risk stemming from sustained lower medium-term economic growth and the ongoing restructuring of the property sector. So just something to keep your eyes on the backside. As the credit rating agency, they're doing a lot of work when it comes to the economy and countries and their credit ratings, and even looking at banks in the banking sector. So something to keep your eyes on, just to be aware of. Let me go here. Last night, we had Australian rate statement. And they got moved off of the front page. But Reserve Bank of Australia did hold their rates. Let's see if I can find it here. Might have to wait. There we go. Australia holds cash rates. Reserve Bank of Australia maintained its cash rate at 4.35 during its final meeting of the year, as widely expected. Tuesday's move was in line with market expectation, allowing the central bank, under leadership of Governor Michelle Bullock, to assess the impact of previous rate hikes. Bullock last month cautioned that inflation was increasingly driven by excessive demand at home rather than supply shock from abroad. The board said it was aware that progress is bringing inflation back to the goal of 2 to 3%. It was slower than earlier forecasted, with underlying inflation higher than expected amid rising services costs. Policymakers reiterated that whether further tightening is needed will depend upon the data and assessment of risk. The committee added it will closely monitor global economy, trends in domestic demand, and the outlook for inflation and the labor market. So they kept it the same, and everything is data dependent, right? And they're looking at incoming data, but also the global economy and how things move globally. So something also to keep in the back of our minds as we're also watching the United States economy and seeing how things go there as things progress. So that happened last night, gave us some volatility in the Aussie. We have Eurozone inflation expectations hold steady in October. Medium Median consumer expectation for the euro area inflation over the next 12 months remain unchanged. And that's it on the front. German 10-year bond yield eased 6-month low. Approached 2.3% mark, hitting the lowest level since late June, as traders increase their expectations for early 2024 European Central Bank rate cuts. Right, that's the narrative, kind of going across the board. Right, investors are expecting rate cuts to come from the central banks as we go into 2024 mid-year. Some are even saying as early as the end of the first quarter. We'll watch and see how that goes. But that's prompted by ECB conservative Isabel Schnabel dovish remarks. She told Reuters that further interest rate hikes were rather unlikely after November's notable inflation slowdown. Data last week revealed a steep drop in the bloc's inflation rate to 2.4% in November, marking the lowest figure in over 2 years. Right, so that's where that narrative is coming from. In Germany alone, the inflation rate declined 3.2%. Declined to 3.2%, the lowest since June 2021. Shifting to other economic updates, the latest PMI survey suggested that Germany's private sector activity contracted less than initially anticipated in November. All right, so we got some dovish sentiment coming out of the Eurozone as well. Okay, so also things to be aware of as we move in, looking at the Euros and seeing what's happening there. Okay, so let's go over to the calendar. And we also, yesterday, we had CPI data for the Swiss franc. They came in below expectation, which caused some movement in those Swissy pairs that we talked about over the weekend. I don't know what Christine Lagarde talked about yesterday morning. I didn't get a chance to look at that there. There we go. And there's an Aussie cash rate stay the same. So this morning we had PMI numbers come in for the euro, and you see how those fared. Spain came in just below expectation. France came in at expectation. Italy came in above expectation. There's that German number. And then the final services PMI was above expectation for euro and for the pound. So later on today, we have services PMI, which investors have their eyes on, along with the JOLTS job openings. And then we have Aussie GDP coming in tonight. So things to keep our eyes on for today. Later on this week, obviously, we got ADP non-farm payroll, precursor to the Friday report. Governor Bailey speaking tomorrow morning. Bank of Canada rate statement on Tuesday. It's going to be a big one to see where things go with the Canadian dollar. Crude oil inventories. Thursday's a little slower with the unemployment claims and foreign currency reserves for the Swissy. That'll be interesting to watch as well. And then on Friday, we got our regular cycle moving into non-farm payroll, hourly earnings, unemployment rate, and then U of M consumer sentiment and Chinese CPI. All right, so that's where we are on the fundamental side of things. Benny, anything top of mind for you from a fundamental perspective?
No, not really. I needed them to hold rates last night in Australia, and they did. So that's showing me some love on my Aussie dollar short and my Aussie cash short, which has been bouncing around for the last forever. So
yes, sir. Yes,
that's it.
sir.
So it's good to see them kind of fall in line with the rest of the central banks on that one. But so I am pleased in that regard. So
heck yeah.
So yeah. Other than that, man, just interesting to see what goes on with this euro, with this German bond easing a little bit on the bond front. You know how that could impact the currency, because I'm looking to play some corrections to the upside on the euro. But other than that's good. So it's been a good morning.
Yes, sir, it has. So anybody else have any thoughts from a fundamental perspective or any questions fundamentally? Nope. All right. So speaking of that Aussie, we'll pop in and take a look at those trades really quickly since Benny brought them up. This is the Aussie CAD, right? We've been in this one for quite a while, and you see we're pressing down. We press into this daily resistance level at 93.94, and we're finally moving out of that zone, right? We're pressing to the downside here. So we come into the 4, look at the 80-20 setup, and boom, right? We finally got the break of that 4-hour support level, and we're headed to the downside, right? So beautiful scenario, getting some progress on it, right? Out of the entry, we're up 107 pips with 80 or so to go, getting us to that TP1 level on the 4-hour time frame. So we're finally making some progress on that one. Took a while. It did its dance, but ultimately the fundamental catalyst came through and did what we needed it to do, right? So that's a beautiful setup there. And we are just monitoring the trade now, managing the trade as it moves in our favor, just to ensure that we take away some profit on that one, right? So we'll continue to watch that and its progress as it moves through. All right. Any questions on this Aussie CAD setup? Nope. You guys still hanging in there on this one? I know it took its time. Yeah, all right, cool. Right. That one ranged for a bit from November 21st all the way through last week before we got, or really this week, before we got some good movement to the downside. So continue to hang in there, right? Put it in, calculate the stop loss, and allow it to do its thing, right? We calculate the risk before we enter the trade, so we know what we're in for, so we can just leave it, and it doesn't hold up our whole account, right? We're not over leveraged. We're allowing these trades to run, so it gives us opportunity while that's doing this thing to take a look at other setups. So beautiful there. And let's take a look at that that Aussie dollar. And boom, you see that one moving to the downside as well, right? So this was interesting because it pushed up quite a bit, but on the daily time frame, you see it pushed right into that 618 retracement level, right? And then we got that turnover, and now we're pressing down. So as it come down to the 4, right, we're looking at this from multiple perspectives. We saw it on the 4-hour. We're looking for this 80-20 to play out. It didn't quite do it, pushed up deeper into the zone, right? So that one failed. 83 pip stop loss hit, pushed up, created a new AB boundary, gave us a double top scenario. And then as we come down to that 1 hour, this is what it set us up for. Boom. Right? Shallow retracement, 118, 127 zone. We initially got a move, and then we pulled back, went into a little bit of drawdown, and now we're headed to TP1, closing in. We're almost there. All right. So another one in our favor. Put that TP2 level in there, and we'll monitor that. But right, it took its time, right? We're a little early on the 4-hour, but pushed up, and then in line with the data, in line with the shifts, things move in our favor, right? So initially we took a loss, but we've made that back, and now we're moving. All right, that's 132 pips off the high. All right, if you entered out of the zone, it's 99 pips to the downside, right? My entry was there, so I'm up 93 pips right now. All right, so another one to the good, headed to TP1, okay? Had a bunch of back and forth, but it's making it happen, okay? Questions on the Aussie dollar? Nope. All right. Cool deal. So let's pop over and take a look at the dollar index, see what's rocking there and what we could expect, right? And we see Dollar also taking its time, pushing to that 118, 127 zone, and we're starting to make this retracement. Okay, starting to make this retracement, which makes sense. When we looked at the Aussie dollar is right pulling back, pushing to the downside. So we got that action. Okay, so and that's on the 4-hour, right? We come back to the daily, right? And we see this is the move that we're making here. We didn't push down to that daily support level. We're starting to get that pullback now out of that 118, 127 zone. Okay. So we'll continue to watch the DXY, see how things progress and see how they move. Okay. So any questions on the DXY?
No.
Nope. Okay. Cool deal. In 1 second. All right. Cool. So that's the DXY. Now let's look at this dollar CAD. We talked about it over the weekend. I didn't get a chance to post this one, but it didn't give me the push down that I was looking for either. But it did push into that 118, 127 zone. Shallow retracement, 118, 127 zone, and we're getting that retracement. This one is on the go. I don't know if anybody was able to take advantage of this one, but it is moving to the upside, right? This was our Sunday candle here, right? And it pushed down, just wicked inside that 118 level, and it's making its way to the upside. So that one is moving already in our favor if you're able to get in that one to the upside there. All right. So that is the Aussie CAD on the 4. We come down to the 1 just to take a look. Yep, and there it is on the 1 as well, right? Shallow retracement. This one did push deeper. I was monitoring off the 4 instead of the 1. So this actually gave us the move. So we'll watch and see how this continues to progress. Yeah, we already got a 382 push there. So that one's likely going to head to the D extension and then get us a TP1 there. Okay. So that is the dollar CAD. It is in motion. Questions on the dollar CAD? My bad on not getting that one posted. Nope. Okay, cool deal. Brandy, good morning. Good to see you. All right. So let's look at the.
I missed you guys. Back
Yeah, we missed you too. Glad to see you. Everything going okay?
Yes, everything is.
Awesome. Over to this dollar Swissy. All right, come back to the daily time frame. We see here, right, we're bouncing back and forth. We got a 50% push there, pull back down. And we're looking to see if we get a retracement, right, back to the upside here, right? You know, the dollar is making a move. So we're looking to see if we get price to turn over and push back to the upside here. Coming down to the 4, and this is where we had the 80-20 that we're watching. It got kind of sticky, right? Pushed down, strong wick on Sunday. And then we're trying to make our move to the upside here, right? So we also had that Swiss data, which gave us this long wick candle here. And then it's been a bit choppy, but you know, we said we wanted to wait for additional confirmation. That Swissy data gave us an indication of where these Swiss pairs could go, right? So we're looking for this one to move to the upside now, right? Got some more Swiss data with the foreign currency later in the week, but looking for this one to continue to push the upside at least until then. All right, so this one is on the move out of the 118, 127 zone. Our catalyst was the fundamental data in line with that expectation. So now we're looking for a price to move to the upside there. Okay, so that's on the 4. We come down to the 1, right? And this one on the 1 hour, it didn't give it to us. It pushed to the D extension, which was okay, right? Because we're tracking off the 4. We had a wider stop there, and we're looking for price to move to the upside there. Okay, so that is the dollar Swissy slowly making its way to the upside there. Okay. Questions on the dollar Swissy? Did anybody take an entry on that off the floor? Yeah, enjoy. Sweet. Good deal. Good deal, good deal. We had Aussie dollar. Take a look at the CAD Swiss. Right. We talked about this one off the 15 on Saturday. Right. And there was that push. There was that data for the Swissy, pushed us through TP1 just shy of TP2, pulled back, and now we're just hovering sideways. Right. But, and this is me looking forward, right, with a more of a bullish sentiment on this pair, right? I'm looking for this one to make another move to the upside, but we've been waiting on this for quite some time, right? So we zoom out, we come back to the 1 hour, right? Here on the one, we also have an 80-20 scenario, right? So we're still lingering in this range here, right? From a higher time frame perspective, 15-minute, that move played out. Now we're looking at the 1 hour, okay? Price pushed down into this 118, 127 zone on Thursday, came up, and then gave us a deeper pullback, right? And we said we'd like to see that deeper pullback to give us an entry opportunity, right? So we got that. Now we're looking for price to make a move to the upside. We'll see. We got Canadian data later this week and some more Swiss data. So we'll see if those things come into alignment with this move to the upside here. Okay. See if oil, Bank of Canada, right, give us what we need to push this one in our favor, right? So as we continue to track back, right, we'll come to the daily time frame where we're still lingering in this 118, 127 zone, right? Still haven't gotten to the D extension, okay? And we're just hovering sideways. So we'll see if we're able to get, and this is a new daily support level there, boom. We'll see if we're able to get price to break back above this weekly level that we've been hovering below. Okay, it's been bouncing back and forth. The Canadian dollar's been an interesting pair as we move through. So we'll continue to monitor to see this. But right, so now, like I said, 15-minute played out. We got the 80-20. Now we're looking at the 1 hour, right? And if we get the catalyst to push this to the upside to break back above and hold above the 64,752, then that could allow us the opportunity to make a larger move to the upside. Okay, so something to keep in mind as we continue to monitor and move through this pair. Okay. So that is the CAD Swiss. Well, 1 second, everybody. My bad. Any questions on the CAD Swiss? Nope.
Nope.
All right. Cool deal. Reese, I got you. That's definitely on the list. We'll take a look at it right now. Pound Aussie. Pound Aussie. So that Aussie data, right, gave us this push to the upside, right? Weak Aussie data dependent, pushing things against the Aussie. And we see here with the pound pushing to the upside, coming back to the top of the range here, right? 193, 248. Strong bullish action, push to the upside. So we come down to the 4, right? And we see we're just range bound. Whoops. We're just range bound here. Right? Just range bound. I got a ton happening on my screen. This was a previous 80-20, right? Then we had a 618 retracement on the sub fib, right? That daily resistance level. And we're pushing back in that direction. So we want to see if there's an opportunity for us to get back short at some point. Boom. Right. So with that bullish action to the upside, strong bullish candle, market likes to take back some of the move. Boom. Shallow retracement pushed into the 118 and 127 zone here. So this is the one that's live right now. Let's wait and see how the candle closes, right? And see if we get our rules to be met or move back down to the downside. Okay, so that's a fresh 80-20 push into that 118 and 127 zone. And then we look for the move. Boom. At least back to that 382. Then we'll see what happens from there. All right, so write that one down, drop in your additional confirmations based on your trading plan, right? And we got opportunity there. All right, if we come down to the 15, just want to see what this one looks like here. Reese got it on the 30. And even look here, right? On the 30, here was an 80-20 scenario setting us up for this move back down to the downside. Boom. There we go. All right, so got it on the 30-minute as well. 15 hit that 382. So 1 hour and 30-minute 80-20 scenario here, looking for price to pull back down to the downside here. Make its way back to the 382 at least. Okay. So we'll see, we could get some range action here, right? Maybe we push a little bit higher, but we know price pushing to our zone. Now we're looking for, well, Vinny calls the bat signal, right? We got the AB boundaries to the bat signal, price pushing to the zone. Now we're looking for additional confirmations and the entry opportunity back down to the downside. Okay. Questions on the pound Aussie? No? All right, all right, all right. That placed in there. All right, cool deal. So we'll watch and see. That's 102. It's 92. And then that is 137. All right. Cool deal. Let's. Uh-oh. Disappeared on me. There we go. Okay. Let's do this. There we go. All right, cool deal. We got that one in. We'll take a screenshot. Boom. All right, cool deal. Reese, we appreciate you, bro. Any questions on the Aussie CAD last time? Nope. Hey, Kay, you had a question?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. I
Oh.
didn't mean to unmute. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
mean-
okay. That's all right. Good to see you this morning. All right. All right.
Hey Ryan,
Yes, sir.
that's that power Aussie. That's pushing up on the 1 hour too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Yep. Right here. Push right into the zone there after break of that A
Yeah.
boundary.
Yeah. Just wanted to double check. Yep. Okay. Let's make sure I had the same thing.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Cool.
And for the ritual, those are still recorded, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. I'll get that link put into the, if I didn't, I'll get that link put into the community so you can take a look at it. Yep, I
Okay.
apologize on that. Yep, yep. All right. So let's the Euro Aussie. Oops, not we'll take a look at the Euro CAD since we're here. On the daily, we're shy of TP1, right? Beautiful move to the downside. Look at that, right? 80-20 scenario on the daily time frame. Boom. 382 pips at its lowest, right? So we come here to the 4 where we had our 80-20 setup that we're tracking it on, and boom, right? We through TP2 on the 4 hour, right? So out of that 118, 127 zone, lowest point 351 pips, right? So this one would be interesting to see how it moves. We know we got some weakness coming out of the Eurozone, right? We'll see how the Canadian data comes out, but from a higher time frame perspective, right? We got a weekly 80-20 that we're pushing out of the 118, 127 zone. That daily 80-20, right? That we've already got some bearish action on, right? We'll see if we get a pullback and a continuation lower to get us to at least that TP1. But we got 80-20s lined up on multiple time frames here. So we could see some more bearish action coming out of this, right? We just could see a pullback first, right? Here on the 1, there's your 1 hour 80-20 scenario, also through 2 TPs, right? Run a sub fib off the high, right? You see the fibs running to the downside there. Okay, so more bearish action potentially to come, especially with a weak euro. So we could see this one continue to the downside and ultimately make its way to that 142, 412 level at least. And then we'll see what happens from there. But this one, right, another one that played out. So we had a couple losses that we took, but you see over time, right, the winners gobble up those losers, right? So boom, over 300 pips to the downside to the good, moving in our direction. So that's the Euro CAD. Any questions on this one? Nope. All right, cool deal. This Euro Aussie. So I wanted to see a deeper push on this one. We talked about on the 30-minute time frame here. I wanted to see this one push deeper into this 118, 127 zone, right? Came just shy of that 118 level and then moved in our favor. So we had the direction, right? And we got the trend line break and then price moved, right? So I didn't enter this one, but another one that we did talk about over the weekend didn't get the push down into the zone like I wanted it to, right? So I'm not in this one to the upside, but through 2 TPs, right, on that move back to the upside. So that's the 30-minute time frame. Let's come back and take a look at this from a higher perspective, right? Here on the daily, right, that pushed us into that 618 retracement level, and then we got the bounce. So we'll see what happens here between these two, right? Because ultimately two relatively dovish currencies at the moment, at least, right? Euro and the Aussie being data dependent after that rate statement, right? So we'll watch to see how this moves. We broke a previous support level here, and we're coming back to retest that support level, right? This level here. So let's see what happens, right? as we linger in this zone, do we get price to turn back over and push back down to the downside? Do we get the catalyst for that? We'll see. We'll see. All right. But beautiful move to the upside nonetheless. Now we'll wait and see what happens, see if things line up for us and give us an opportunity to take that back to the downside or if they continue rising. Okay. So that's the Euro Aussie. Any questions here? No?
Nope.
All right. Then this pound CAD. Let's see what it did. Had this one on the 15. What did I have here? So this one, I didn't take this trade, but the D extension did get hit, right? We talked about just missed the D extension there, gave a move down on Sunday, didn't get to that 382, pushed back up, hit the D extension, and then turned over and fell. Right. So the direction was right, just a little bit early. Right. Just a little bit early, and price moved to the downside there. So that one was an interesting one as well. That initially didn't get to our TP level, but then turned over and made its way down. Right. So that's on the 30-minute, and now we're lingering, we're bouncing back and forth here. Okay, we'll see what happens with the CAD. Right. And there's another 80-20 on that reversal. Right. Just with that 118 level, and now we're pulling back to the upside. So we could potentially see some more downward action here as we come back to this daily time frame, right? Strong push out of that daily resistance level, right? Maybe we take back a little bit more of that move before we see a downward push, right? But we could see more continued bearish action. So let's see if we get a high price and then potentially get short on this, right? I'm looking at it here, looking to see if we're able to break above and get to that 4-hour D extension level there. Maybe we don't, maybe we retest that daily level. We'll watch and see if things line up for us for an 80-20 scenario. Coming down to the 1, right? This is the look there. Okay. So nothing doing right now. Just want to look at that 15-minute, right? It didn't play out for us, but it did end up going in the direction that we anticipated. Okay. Questions on the pound CAD? No? Okay. Then we had Euro JPY. All right, Benny got us our update post on that one. On the 4, we're looking for this one headed to the downside, right? Beautiful move off the 80-20 scenario. TP1 achieved, right? 509 pips out of the zone. TP1 achieved. Now we're looking to see if we get a pullback and a continuation, right? Strong bearish action, right? Are we able to get, maybe, are we able to get a pullback and then a continuation to the downside, right? Strong move to the downside there. So as we look back, right, taking back higher to look at a longer term scenario, we got our swing high here on the weekly, right? 2 candles to the right in that 118, 127 zone off of a shallow retracement. So we also have a weekly 80-20 scenario also developing, right? Weekly 80-20 scenario to the downside, daily 80-20 scenario, shallow retracement, 118, 127 zone, right? So we're looking at some longer term moves that are also setting up for us. Also setting up for us, right? So we'll look for a high price if we're not in this, or an opportunity to add to the trade to then continue moving to the downside as we make those ABCD waves down, right? So now as we come into our 1-hour time frame, Boom, there was the 80-20 on the one, right? On the 1 hour, we're through 2 TPs, right? If that's the time frame you were trading this on, right? So beautiful move down. Now we come down to the 30, and we're just ranging in this 118 and 127 zone here, right? Came just shy of the D extension there, and we're pressing sideways. So looking to see if we get this retracement, right? And see if we can get a high price to get back short. Okay, so that's the scenario there, active. If you didn't see it in the Discord, there you have it, right? And now we're looking for price to move back to the upside here in this ABCD wave sequence. Okay, so that's the setup on the Euro Yen for the retracement. Questions there? No. Up 4 pips so far. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right, I'm sitting at about break even right now on this one. Okay, we'll look for that move up, and then we'll see if we get an opportunity back down. Okay, but the cycle continues, right? We got the longer term scenarios, the longer term swings, the position moves, right? But we also have the shorter term opportunities on the intraday perspective, getting those high prices to then build that position for these longer term opportunities. Okay, so that is the Euro Yen. Take a look at this Euro NZD. It's also an interesting one. So, right, we've been tracking this for a while. This is the crown pattern that we're looking to see if we can get it to play out. We came into this weekly support level, right? We said we might get a pullback here. So as we come down to the lower time frames here on the daily, right, see the move down, strong bearish action. We're looking for the market to take back some of that. Okay, broke a key support level, right? That was a weekly support. Boom. See if we pull back and retest that level. So now as we come down to the 4, here's our 80-20 scenario. All right, we got to bounce off that weekly support, and now we're trying to push back to the upsides. But we'll see, right? We got a weak euro, right? We'll see what happens with the New Zealand if it gives us something that gives us that catalyst for that retracement, right? This isn't our first time at this level, right? 1, 2, just shy of that level, 3, 4 times. So let's see if we get the pullback, or at least a higher price, to then get short to ultimately break that level. So watch this one closely as it moves in our favor on this 80-20, right? We know we have a weak euro, so this could turn over prematurely and push down to break that support level. So manage your trade if you're in this to the upside, all right? Manage your trade knowing that this could turn over short of that 382 level. Okay, so just keep that in the back of our mind as we move through this one. Okay, so that's where we're looking at that on the 4-hour time frame. Any questions on the Euro NZD? No.
Yeah, I'm just watching these closely on this reversal because it is,
Yeah,
and then when anytime I see something going on with the bond yields, like that German boom this morning, it's gonna be interesting to see what direction it wants to go once the market opens up here in New York. So
you
continue to watch
thinking
that one
a
throughout the day.
premature push to the downside too?
Yeah, it may. I put a smaller position in. I didn't go in,
Yeah,
you know, uh too heavy. Just kind of stuck my toes in the water on this move because
same.
with that German bond yield move easing to a 6-month low. That's concerning because sometimes a lot of times you'll see that the currency will follow. So I just trading that one cautiously. If it starts to move in our direction big time, then I'll add to the position, and
Yeah,
build it up from there. But just kind of always aware when I see the bond yield starting to fluctuate a bit.
yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm with you on that one. I just took a small position on that one also. I'm still short, right? In one of my other accounts, I took this position right? Small position to the upside, but overall, I'm short on this, looking for a high price. So on one of my other accounts, I took some off, right? Took some profit at the support level, looking for a high price, and then hopefully push into a position where I have an opportunity to add to it to the short side. But overall, definitely short, and I'm with you on just sticking the toes in the water initially on this move to the upside. Cool deal. Any questions? Nope. Okay.
Because we've got support on that on the daily, right? Looking at
Yeah, daily and
just running
weekly, right? There's a
just running
weekly
the
support
daily,
level as
yeah,
well.
daily
Yep,
and
yep,
weekly
yep.
support. We got a daily stochastic in the buy zone, but our 4 hour is in the sell zone, right? On that one,
Okay.
on that Euro NZD. Yeah,
4 hours.
the inner.
Well, that's all jacked up because I don't use it, but
Yeah, we got the
upside there.
we got the inner trend line break, but it's moving sideways a bit, right? So
Yeah,
you know, yeah, it'll play itself out. It's in the zone.
it
It is
will.
what it is.
It will. It will. It will. It will. So we'll continue to monitor that one and see how it goes. And then last up, this pound yen, right? This is another one from a higher time frame perspective. We've been watching, right? Just shy of that 118 level here on the daily time frame. We got a decent push to the downside. Now we're just stalling a bit, right? We'll see if we get that continuation. Bank of Japan still hasn't made any changes just yet. But we're waiting, we're watching, and we're looking for the opportunities, and we play what we see, right? We had an 80-20 scenario here, it pushed the extension in line with that weekly resistance level, and we got a turnover there, right? As we come down to the one, here was the scenario, right? Shallow retracement, double bottom type scenario there, pushed back up into drawdown, and now we're moving back down. Right. So we'll continue to monitor this one as it moves, but we could potentially be in for a larger move to the downside as some of the sentiment in the Eurozone, in the UK starts to shift. Right. So we'll continue to monitor that and see how things go. But we're moving to the downside nonetheless on this pound yen, right? Out of the 118 and 127 zone. Up 149 so far with a little bit to go there. Okay. So that is the pound yen on the move down. Questions? No? All right. Benny, you got your eyes on any other pairs, bro?
Nope, not outside of what we've covered this morning. It's December.
It's
You
December.
know, yeah, things start to slow down a bit as we approach the Christmas holiday and all of that good stuff. And then it seems like across the board with these central banks, they're holding rates.
Yeah.
You know, so nothing outside of what you've been covering. Just continue to play those moves. It's been pretty successful. So
Yes, sir. Definitely. Definitely. Right. Patience is key. Right. We may not see as much volatility, but could definitely see these moves continue to play out. Team, you guys got any pairs? We got a few minutes left. Any pairs you have your eyes on you want me to take a look at? Ooh, that Aussie yen. Ooh, this one is interesting. This one is interesting. So this Aussie yen, you see, we come back to the weekly. We got this monthly level here at 98,545, and we haven't been able to break. It's tried and it's tried, right? And you see we turned over again and we're pressing back down to the downside. So we could be top of the range, moving to the bottom of the range here. On the daily, we're looking to see if we're able to break that level, we could then head to the D extension at 104,443. It ain't happened. It ain't happened. So not only do we have a monthly resistance level, we also got a weekly resistance level and a daily resistance level. So the level is really, really strong, right? From a higher time frame perspective. And you see, right, we're just rejecting out of that zone and pressing down to the downside, right? We also had a previous level of support here that we are breaking now, right? Boom. Headed down, right? Headed down. So we got another level of support here that we're headed to. We'll drop that in and we'll link that down. So now as we come down through the time frame, you see it was a fresh AB boundary, right? We hit a 382 here, right? We had an 80-20 scenario, 136 pips, TP hit. Then we moved up, D extension, AB boundary, and then we just turned over and fell off. So as price moves to the downside, we might get an opportunity for a high price to then get short. I think we'll start to see some of these positions start to change and start to shift as we move through the month of December into January. But as we come down to the 1 hour, here we have an 80-20 scenario. Shallow retracement, 118 127, right? Hovering in that zone. We'll look for a pullback here. We'll look for a pullback here, right? So there's an 80-20 scenario. It did push down to that level, and there's the opportunity. Appreciate you bringing this one back up, Joy. I marked it up early this morning and forgot about it. 68 pips. And then we got 75, 117. All right, so there we go there. On the Aussie and on the 1 hour. Now we'll come back down to the 15, right? We were looking at this opportunity here. I posted in the Discord. I don't think we went over this one on Saturday, but we had an 80-20 scenario here, shallow retracement, 118 127 zone. Price was just lingering here, but you'll see, right, 29 pip stop loss was hit as that data came out, pushed us to the downside there, right? So continue moving to the downside, but now along with that 1 hour, we also have a 15-minute 80-20 scenario as well. So depending on if you want to swing this over a longer time frame or a shorter time frame, more of an intraday opportunity, here's that chance right there, right? Just shy of the D extension. See, we're trying to turn over, see if we get a press back to the upside here. Okay, so on this one, stop loss 12 pips, take profit 30, 40, take profit TP1, 40, TP2 at 53. Okay. Questions on the Aussie yen? You're welcome. Appreciate you bringing that back up. No questions there. A couple opportunities there off the 15 and off of the 1 hour. All right. Pullback, potential retest, previous support level, and then we'll see if we continue to the downside there as well. Okay. All right. And then we got pound NZD. We'll take a look at that one and we will wrap it up there. Let's see. That pound Swiss trying to make its way back down to pound NZD. Let's see, let's clean this up. See what we have rocking here. Let's see. Smaller moves that played out. Just want to give us a clean look here. Let's see. All right, so we had an 80-20 here. This is on the 4-hour. Had an 80-20, pushed up to the daily resistance level, turned over, pressed back down. Let's come out to the daily. And this was that move there. Okay. So on the 4, pressing back down to the downside here, right? We'll take that one off. That 80-20 played out. Let's see what we have coming off the high. Oh, appreciate that. Look at that. Well, being appreciated, right? Shallow retracement, 118, 127 zone. We're already on the move to the upside here on the 4, right? Already on the move to the upside here. So let's watch this and see what happens, right? Do we get a pullback and a continuation, right? It's been a decent move to the upside so far, right? But if we get a pullback in the low price, that could give us an opportunity. We'll take a look at it on the 1 as well, an opportunity to enter that one to the upside there. That's a nice move so far out of the zone, right? You could even place your stop below that daily support level, but boom. I mean, are you in this one are you in this trade to the upside already?
No, I saw it late.
I got you. Okay. Okay. Appreciate you bringing it up, though. Good recognition on that. And am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yeah, try.
Perfect. Appreciate it. Appreciate you bringing this one up. All right. So there we go. Right. There's the move to the upside. We'll see. We'll drop down to the 1, see if there's an opportunity for a pullback on this one. Let's see what we have here. All right. So that one is there. Just missed the D extension there. Let's watch this, right? We came just shy of the D extension, right? Maybe we get another push down to get to that D extension and maybe even a daily support level before getting that higher price. So let's watch this one and see how it develops. I'm curious here. Boom. D extension there. Let's watch this and see, right? If we get a low price to enter this one, it could be an opportunity to the upside in the short term, setting us up for a high price and then a move back down. We also have a weaker pound as well. So good eye on that one. Good eye on that off the 4-hour, right? So we'll see how this one moves, right? It's already on the go, but if we get a low price, a push back down to this D extension on the 1-hour or deeper in this zone here, it could definitely be an opportunity for a long trade off the 4. Okay, you guys follow me on that?
Can you repeat it?
Yep. So looking for a low price, right? This one's already on the move out of the zone here, right? So I'm looking to see if we get a pullback, and we came just shy of the D extension on the 1-hour, right? Just shy of the D extension on the 1-hour. We know we have a weaker pound, right? So what I'm looking to see is in this low price, do we even push deeper and get to this daily support level? Right? Do we get to that 1-hour D extension, and do we push even deeper to this daily support level and then give us a reversal there? So just something that I'm thinking
right
through.
here?
Right here you're talking about?
Yeah. No, not really. I'm sorry.
No. I see here it would be a left tip. No, not quite. Not quite. Let's see.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
That's what you're looking at?
Yeah.
Potentially. Meets the qualifications. Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see if that plays out too. We'll watch that and see. For me to get in, I would like to see this price come deeper. I would like to see it come deeper since it's already on the go. But good eye on that crown. Definitely good eye on that crown. So we'll watch and see what happens. Okay. We'll watch and see what happens there. But I'd like to see a low price, then look for an opportunity to move back to the upside. Okay. Questions on, did that make sense, though, Joy?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Questions on this pound NZD? No? All right. Cool deal. Good people. Appreciate you joining us this morning. Again, patience, 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 right? Allow the moves to play out. Some of them are going to take the time, might have a little bit of lower liquidity as we move through the month of December. So just allow the trades to do their thing, right? Calculate your risk before you take the trade, manage your trade as it moves, and be patient, right? Right? Find an opportunity today, right? We talked about yesterday. Finding that 1%. All right. Find your 1% growth opportunity today. One step forward from where you were yesterday. All right. We'll be back at it tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for this pre-New York session. You guys have a phenomenal Tuesday. We'll see you in the morning. Peace.